In this video, I'll show you how to search using CINAHL headings. In CINAHL, the subject headings are called CINAHL headings, and they're assigned to every article by CINAHL based on its content. Using CINAHL headings in your search will help you retrieve more relevant results. To find CINAHL headings, navigate to the CINAHL headings search bar underneath the advanced search boxes. For example, let's type the term nursing homes into the search box and click search. As you can see here at the top of the list, nursing homes is a CINAHL heading because it's hyperlinked. Theoretically, articles where authors use different terms like convalescent home or long-term care home will be indexed and tagged with this subject heading, thus grouping all articles about this type of care facility under one subject heading and making them much easier to find. There may also be other subject headings that describe our concept, and we can see a few more here below, but for now let's move ahead with nursing homes. Sometimes the term you enter will not have an identical CINAHL heading, and instead the heading suggested might be a synonym for your term. If you want to make sure the CINAHL heading suggested is right for you, click on the hyperlinked term. This will show you the scope note for the term, which will explain how the database defines this particular subject heading. It will also bring up the full tree for the term, where you can view associated subject headings. Think about this view like a hierarchy. At the top of the list, we have the broadest term associated with nursing homes, and at the bottom, we have the narrowest term. Your selected heading will appear in bold in order to help you find its place in the hierarchy. You can also view CINAHL's definition of other terms in the hierarchy by clicking on the small arrows on the right-hand side of the terms row, like so. To add a CINAHL heading to your search, you can choose whether to explode it or not. To explode the term, you can click on the box to the right of your term in the Explode column here. If you do this, the database will automatically search for the term you selected, as well as any narrower terms found below the term you selected. These terms will be combined with "or" in your search. In this case, the only narrower term is skilled nursing facilities. If you do not want to include the narrower terms, or only some of them but not all of them, you can select them individually here on the left-hand side of the list by ticking off the boxes. As you can see, when you select a term, a drop-down appears with the term scope note, as well as some options to restrict your search using subheadings. The default is to include all subheadings, so we'll leave it as is. You can then scroll up and hit Add to Search, ensuring that the operator being used is "or." Now, sometimes there are additional subject headings in the hierarchy that you'll also want to search in order to find all articles on your concept. So let's go back to the term list by clicking back here, and we'll try to pick out an additional subject heading. Let's say we're also interested in nursing home residents. I'll click on this term to get directed to the hierarchy. If we scroll down and we find our term, we can see that it doesn't have any narrower terms. So I'll check the box beside it on the left-hand side, scroll up, and add it to our search. You might also notice another term you're interested in through the related headings section here. In this case, long-term care. You follow the same process. You click on the term to see its scope note, and you determine whether or not it's suitable for your search. If you decide that it is, you scroll down, find the term in the hierarchy, select the box on the left-hand side, scroll back up, and select Add to Search. Now you can see that you have a few relevant subject headings in your search box. We need to make sure that we're combining them with "or" rather than "and." Head to the drop-down at the start of each search line and change the operator to "or" like so. Now I can search the database. So as you can see here, CINAHL has run our search, and it has also added our search line to our search history. So if we want to, we can search for other headings by navigating back to the CINAHL Headings tab. You can do so by selecting Browse By at the top here, and then the CINAHL Headings button. If you want to search for other headings, make sure to clear any existing text in the search boxes. If you want to view and interact with your previous searches, you can do so by navigating to the Recent Activity tab underneath My Ebsco. In the next video, we'll talk about searching using text words in CINAHL and about how to improve your searching using truncation.